Thank you. Senator Luján.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Recently, we're seeing almost daily reports about issues at Newark Liberty International Airport, whether it's radar air traffic control issues due to outages or short staffing, or the most recent ground delay due to construction. These reports are deeply troubling and require immediate attention. As you know, right now there are shortages in staffing, not just at Newark, but across the country, forcing air traffic controllers to work intense schedules, longer and longer hours. That should raise a concern to everyone for what's happening in our skies. When we do not take care of our air traffic controllers, it puts the efficiency and safety of aviation at risk. Fortunately, the most recent FAA reauthorization included important provisions to improve the health of our air traffic control systems. I was proud to be a part of such pieces, two specifically in the final reauthorization package, the Air Traffic Controllers Hiring Act and Air Traffic Control Workforce Transparency Act. Now, both seek to improve the safety and staffing standards to ensure adequate numbers of fully qualified controllers. While Secretary Duffy has said he's committed to fixing these issues, I'd like to hear from you all as well. Mr. McIntosh, do you support efforts to ensure the FAA is hiring and training as many controllers as are needed each year to address existing shortages?
Senator Luján, I appreciate that question. As a former controller that was in the military and in the FAA, and a manager who had to oversee having enough staffing to ensure that we're able to do our job, I 100% support Secretary Duffy's supercharged hiring to maximize not just our hiring of FAA controllers over the next 4 or 5 years, but also ensuring that they come through the academy at a quick pace, that they go, that they're incentivized to recruit, meaning there's a 30% pay bump for our academy graduates, as well as some of the retention efforts that he's put forward there as well. I think he's put the plan forward. It is now the FAA and the Air Traffic Organization's job to move that forward. But to answer your question, yes, I wholeheartedly support this initiative.
Resounding yes, I appreciate that, sir. What's the status of the Collaborative Resources Work Group that seeks to determine the number of air traffic controllers needed at each tower and center?
It has been implemented according to the reauthorization bill.
What else can the FAA do to improve the recruitment, hiring, retention of air traffic controllers?
I think Secretary Duffy's already laid forth that plan in his efforts of what he's done. Now it's up for the FAA to execute that plan.
So with your expertise, I hope you'd be advising the Secretary. You're the one that's done this. I served with the Secretary, know him, but is there anything lacking, or is that plan 100% complete? That's all that's needed?
What we are committed to do, or what I need from my vantage point, as long as we hire to those numbers, which he's committed to, and we continue to put through that throughput. He's already invested in our tower simulator systems. We've already ensured that that's going to be in place according to the reauthorization bill as well. We just need to ensure that we execute at the facility level to make sure that we have certifications so we have enough people to work. That is going to be the #1 cure to what is our fatigue issues that we see, and also ensuring that we have enough people to work the sectors.
Appreciate that, sir. Ms. Baker, another provision I championed in the FAA reauthorization required the FAA to initiate a call to action to address ramp worker safety and publish training and educational materials. Can you tell me what progress the FAA has made to initiate this call to action?
Yes, absolutely. Aviation Safety is working in partnership, actually, with the Office of Airports. We are having a ramp safety call to action safety summit tomorrow, as a matter of fact, where we're going to bring together air carriers, employees of ramp workers, along with FAA employees to identify best practices, areas of improvement, and what we can make suggestions about what we can do to improve ramp worker safety.
And when do you expect to complete your review and submit your findings and safety recommendations for ramp workers to Congress?
Shortly thereafter.
A week, 2 weeks, a month, a year?
It'll probably take more than a couple of weeks. We want to make sure we give it due diligence, but we'll circle back with you when we get our plan.
Before August?
We'll work on it over the summer.
Before December?
We'll work on it over the summer.
Is it going to be a year then? Because you said shortly thereafter. So I'm just trying to understand what
how big shortly is
means. Is that a year? Is that by the end of Trump's term? What are we talking about?
Without knowing what's going to be discussed tomorrow, it's hard to estimate how long it will take to make a complete report, but we're happy to get back with you about the findings of tomorrow's ramp.
I'm sorry to push you, Ms. Baker,
summer.
but dates matter. is it fair to say no more than 2 years?
Yes,
I
absolutely.
appreciate that. That's a timeline that we can work with. Under the FAA reauthorization, the FAA was directed to collaborate with the National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine on a 12-month-long study focused on unsafe cabin temperatures and conditions. On January 7th of this year, the FAA gave an update saying that they have met the NASEM and will, quote, will finalize an agreement and funding for the project after defining the scope. Ms. Baker, what is the status of this research effort?
We are working with NASEM right now.
Do you believe that more should be done to prevent unsafe temperatures in cabins?
I believe that unsafe temperatures in cabins are definitely unpleasant. I think it's very challenging on the ground because aircraft are made basically to heat and cool in the air. I'm looking forward to the recommendations we get from NASEM so we can identify what the next steps are.
Is it fair to say that they can be more than unpleasant and can actually cost someone a health problem or a health condition?
I think what we get from NASEM will identify what those potential health challenges could be.
I don't know if you've ever been on a flight when it gets uncomfortable like that, but I've seen people that react uncomfortably, and sometimes they have to call physicians or ask for volunteers that may be on the flight that have medical expertise. I would say it's more than uncomfortable, would be my response.
I was a crew member for 4 years, so I understand.
Would you agree with me then?
It can be very uncomfortable.
Okay, then we don't agree. I think it can be deadly, not more just that it's uncomfortable, I can put a jacket on, I can fan myself with one of the pamphlets. It can be outright dangerous and cost someone their life.
We're looking forward to the report from the National Academies.
Do we agree then, Ms. Baker, that it can be more than just uncomfortable?
Looking forward to the
right.
report from the National Academies.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the time today.